What's going on, guys? Stan here at Jerusalem Naturals, and today I want to show you a quick video on how I bring the kitchen to the garden. And yes, I said that right. I'm bringing my kitchen to the garden to help my plants grow and to help me with future harvest and keeping my soil healthy. Today, I'm washing some rice. I'm going to make some rice and beans for lunch today, and I'm going to show you how you can use the rice water from washing your rice to help your plants in your front, back garden, farmland, it doesn't matter, right? So I already washed my rice a few times, and I have a bit of liquid here, but I'm giving it its final wash. This is about the fourth wash I'm giving it, so the water is pretty much running clear, and the rice is looking kind of polished already. So I'm giving it a quick little wash one last time. And what this is going to do is get a lot of that starch up off of that rice. And by getting the starch off of the rice, we can get those semi-complex carbohydrates in that water, and then get that water into a reservoir. And I'm also going to show you a little secret weapon that I use when it comes to inoculating my plant water, giving them some nutrients, giving them some natural ways of getting that growth hormone, and just keeping them healthy, showing you how I keep my plants happy in Texas sun, which is not easy. But without further ado, let's go in the backyard. So here we are, guys, in the garden, and I got my handy dandy mixer right here. Mixer attachment, I got this from Lowe's. It's pretty cheap, it was like 10 or so bucks. And it works like a charm, man. So what I'm gonna do is get my starch water, add it to my reservoirs, make sure I get all those sediments up from the bottom. Right? Got my other one here. As you can see, all those sediments at the bottom. I don't know if y'all can see it clearly on there, but it's in there. And what I did is I washed some rice earlier in a previous cooking little chef off that I had, and I had those already sitting. So what's happening is those sediments from that last wash of rice is starting to ferment, and that fermentation process is going to inoculate the entire water system, get into the root system, and help my fungal inoculants, help my microbacteria, to help speed along everything in the soil and keep up that plant life. And starches feed microbes. They feed off carbohydrates that the plants give off, subsequential carbohydrates that you may add to your soil. Some people add molasses water and things of that nature, but I like starch water, and I like to switch it up so that all of my microbes have a biodiversity of carbohydrates to eat, and which will help them produce different types of enzymes, different types of, which in turn will give you different types of nutrients for your plants. So I'm going to add this to my second reservoir over here. Right. So you can see those sediments in there at the bottom. Right. So add that. And I did tell you guys I was going to give you a pro tip. Right. This is a shout out to my boys Mark and Ben over there at Botany Hydroponics. Give them a shout out, give them a look through of what they have. They always hook me up. I always get information from them, accurate information, and they're not bothered by my relentless questions when it comes to organic gardening, right? They've helped me for about 15 years now in gardening. So they've known me since I was a little kid. And what I do is I use some of this Bigfoot mycorrhizal inoculant. This is full of beneficial fungi that I'm going to need in my plant, in my soil, to penetrate my plant roots, so they can uptake as much nutrients as possible. It also has other nutrients in it, such as, I'm reading it here, biochar and worm castings. That biochar is going to help regulate pH in the soil. It's also going to give some good carbon to the soil, and the worm castings is going to add an array of fungal inoculants, micro and macro nutrients it's just good stuff, right? So I go in, and I always kind of overdo it when I'm doing organics, because it's very hard to harm your plants when you're farming with organics. And I have a huge garden, so I overdo it. It says to use, I think, transplanting existing plants, 1 teaspoon per 10 gallons of water. This is 20 gallons of water, and I just threw in definitely more than 1 teaspoon, but that's all good though, right? It's all good. In my experience in using this product, the heavier I go on this, when I backdoor and use my own proprietary blend of nutrients, I get so much more nutrient uptake from my plants. It's ridiculous. So let's mix this up. Turn it the opposite way. Right. Now that we have that mixed up, let me show you just how dark this water got from that Bigfoot mycorrhizal inoculant. That biochar and worm castings did its work. It's fully mixed in, and now I can just go around watering my plants, giving my babies a drink of water, which is also full of starches and carbohydrates, great for the microbes, great for all the life in the actual soil. Plus I'm adding nutrients from the worm castings. Plus I'm adding mycorrhizal inoculants. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't get better than that. Let me show you guys a little bit of what's going on in the garden. This is my Trinidad scorpion pepper. And I can't wait till this gives me some more peppers, because it's literally the hottest pepper I have. And I think it's the second hottest pepper on the planet, next to the Carolina Reaper. So it gets hot. It gets very hot. That's my Jamaican Scotch bonnet there, right? And as you can see, I'm pretty sure you can't see heat, but I'm in Texas. There's not much clouds out blocking the sun right now. So heat is a big issue for Texas gardeners. For instance, check out my sunflowers, which these little probe bugs, I think they're lantern bugs, are just taking advantage of. Fortunately, sunflower can kind of withstand it. I'm going to come back and spray it tonight when it's not so hot. But everything's still looking good. Look at those pests right there. I'm going to get rid of that, all of that. But as you can see, the drooping is coming from that blistering heat. And also they're ripening. So when sunflowers ripen, they do droop. That is normal, 100% normal. All right. And that is to be expected. But what is not normal, and nothing's really drooping right now, so I can't really show you that. But what's not normal is when you have plants like eggplant or okra, real heat-resistant plants to begin with, drooping. That lets you know you're slacking with your watering, and you need to pick your game up. But I got some watering to do. I have some rice to make, and I got some praises to give to the Most High. So I'll see you guys later. Until next time, peace.